Cisco's Intersight is the platform that can be used to manage the server and networking infrastructure. Here I am showing the servers section of Intersight Infrastructure Service menu. I have here over 100 servers managed under this account. I can filter them using different attributes. For example, I could select a specific server using its management IMC address or IP address, and then I can select this server and inspect its state or inventory, etc. That's how you can do things in Intersight. iserver is the CLI tool which is using the Intersight APIs to actually provide you the same set of information, but instead of using the UI, you will get that information using the CLI tool, and you can get the output in the human-friendly format or in JSON format. So let's see how it works. Get server is the main command that will use Intersight APIs. The command is talking to Intersight via API with the pre-configured authentication details. And then, since there were no filtering options defined, all 117 servers are selected, and for all selected servers, the base information are collected, parsed, analyzed, and will be presented onto the screen in just a moment. So this is how the base output looks like for all the selected servers. The output is long because it's over 100 servers that have been selected. But if I scroll up to see the let's say the columns, we have here the state and flags. So P plus means power on, P minus powered off, and there are some flags for if it's healthy, or there are some critical errors. So this is like a summary of the state. Then we have the management flag, if it's connected, redfish or IMC enabled. And we have also the parameters like the name of the server, OID, Intersight specific ID, tags, model, serial, IP, the summary of the CPU, and memory information. That's what you get in the basic state overview of the servers. Now, if we go to the bottom of this command, you will see here that there are loads of filtering options, as well as loads of different views defined, which allow you to see the server from different perspective, different angle. Let's see that by examples. So let's say I will select right now a single server, like I have done previously, and I selected by IP address. And let's say that instead of, if I would hit enter, I would get exactly the same view like before, but only with the single entry in the table. Instead of doing that again, let me select a different view. So let's say I will select the view like CPU. iserver is talking to Intersight using API, and for the selected server, it's also fetching the CPU objects using Intersight API, analyzing them, and that's what you get on the screen. So you don't, the advantage of using that in this way, as opposed to using raw REST API, is that you don't need to understand the exact data model of Intersight. Whether you search for CPU, memory, PCI, storage components, you don't have to understand the API structure because it's abstracted, and you only need to know what type of information, what view you want to get. So that's, for example, when you want to get CPU, let's get entire hardware information, so entire inventory. That information, which I will be collected here, is identical to what you would get if you go to the UI, you go to inventory, and then you have components like motherboard, management controller, you have the CPUs, memory, network adapters, PCI devices and storage controllers, right? And then you can also go a bit deeper. If you select, for example, PCI devices, you select some PCI device, you have some information related to that PCI device. Or if you go to storage controllers, you select the main storage controller, then you see also the physical drives and virtual drives. So that's what you can get from Intersight using the Intersight UI. Let's go back to the command line. Right now it's collecting the objects, various objects from Intersight using respective APIs to collect all the hardware or inventory specific objects for that single server. And what we get the TPM, we get the power supply, we get the fan, PCI, networking components like a fabric channel, Ethernet, MLOM, network adapters, IMC information, storage subsystem information that consists of virtual drive, physical disks, storage controllers, memory, GPU, if any, CPU, motherboard, as well as the server summary. I went from the bottom. So the advantage of using iserver from the CLI option is also that you could run exactly the same on the range of servers. Let's do it, for example, for all the servers in a specific subnet. The basic filtering criteria was IP subnet, and that search criteria limited the search for the selected for 17 servers, which have their IMC or managed IP address falling into the subnet, and then all the selected servers hardware inventory components will be selected from Intersight, will be collected from Intersight using the respective API calls, and then in a moment we will get the output for all the servers. The output is a bit longer, obviously, because it is for all the selected servers, 17 servers, but we get all the details of the hardware inventory of all the selected servers in a human-friendly fashion. If you were using -o JSON parameter, you would get the same in a JSON format. The output is also color-coded. As you see, sometimes you see some red, and green-red means something. The red not always means that something goes wrong, but there is some logic behind the choice, whether what's the type of what's the color code of the output. So you can easily get specific, some parameters, be it CPU, memory, GPU, or maybe software firmware related of group of servers, and get the output onto the screen. Another usage of this command is if you are searching for servers and you want to filter them differently, right? So let's say, giving an example, you want to find a server that have GPU. What has happened here? GPU filtering parameter was not good. It was not a proper one for the base server selection. I mean, on the base level, we don't know if the server has GPU or not. That's why all the servers had to be analyzed, and then for all the servers analyzed or pre-selected, the GPU and G-card API objects were collected, and then what you get on the screen is only the servers that have the GPU, right? You could do the similar filtering for example, for PCI vendor, PCI type, disk serial number, disk count, etc. So you have to refer to the get server documentation in GitHub to understand and hopefully appreciate the very wide range of command options that will help you to navigate and select the servers with the appropriate parameters that you want to get. Thank you.